They thought I was a fraud out here. You had me looking like a fraud out here. Why? Why?
Man, shit, it wouldn't let me in.
Right. I can't see your face. What's going on?
Just a second.
It wouldn't let
Okay.
me in.
All right, that's what's up. All right, we live. We got Wack 100 in the building. Respect to the OG. He's on the West Coast, so he got lot of things to do. Just pardon Wack right now. You heard? There you go, Big Wack, OG. I can't hear you right now, Wack.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, you got to go to some light, man. They got to see your face,
Let me
bro.
see.
There we go. There you go, Big Wack.
Wouldn't let me in, man. What's up
Yeah,
with
nah,
it,
I'm gonna
man?
tell you, it's not your fault, Wack, because on the live, I didn't click that button that said share. Like I had to turn on that button that go. It says go live with each other. I had that turned off
Yeah.
on accident.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't know. I could come in, I could see you, but
right.
that was it. I
Yeah,
couldn't
first
talk nothing.
Yeah, first of all, welcome to the show, Wack. You are now in the East Coast, man. You in Trenton, New Jersey, the capital of New Jersey.
Oh,
You in
we in
Philly.
Trenton.
You in Connecticut. You in Virginia. You in North Carolina. You in South Carolina. You know what I mean? Like you on the East Coast right now, and we got a lot
Got
of love for you, Wack.
got you, man. You know my
Word.
boy Slay. Slay lived in Jersey and motherfucking Edgewater off River Road.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I know you got a lot of love for Slay, man. Slay was very instrumental to my career too, because I know DJ Radio. Radio speaks very
Oh yeah, that's
highly
the
of you.
homie.
Yeah.
That's radio. How radio doing, man?
Radio doing good. Me and him was just in Colombia. We went to Colombia, out the country. We
Yeah,
had a blast out there, man.
I did a lot. I'm not really a praying man, but I said a lot of prayers for radio about maybe about 5 to 7 years back. Radio got real sick.
Yeah. He's doing great now. Yeah,
He got
he
real sick.
totally recovered. Yeah, he
He got
totally
real.
recovered.
Radio was he was our opposite.
Right.
We knew radio was gonna say some totally opposite shit.
Yeah. But listen, we're gonna go right into the interview because the fans was waiting. So listen, there's welcome to You Better Not Lie podcast. There's a part of the show where I give you your flowers before we go into the interview. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's cool. Let's do it.
Okay, so Wack 100 is a famous music manager, entrepreneur, podcaster, father, and the biggest PIRU on the internet. Wack 100 manages platinum artists like The Game, Ray J, Blueface, and others. He has ties to Death Row Records, Cash Money Records, West, and has been seen on top podcasts like No Jumper, Adam and Wack Show, Vlad TV, Academics, Cam Capone, and the Jason Lee Show. Now let me ask
Drake
you this:
Champs.
I
I
hear
think
I
I
hear
did Drake
feedback.
Champs too. Yeah, huh?
What's that feedback I hear?
I don't know.
Okay.
I
All
can't
right. So
hear you.
listen.
It's clear as fuck to me.
Okay. All right. So also he was seen on Academic Show, Cam Capone, the Jason Lee Show, and he took over Clubhouse. And basically, I'm gonna keep it real. Clubhouse is not fun if Wack 100 is not on there. You know what I mean? So, but also too, he's also 7-0 in public fades, right? And makes $1 million deals daily, owns a ton of real estate. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Big Wack on PIRU, Wack 100 to the show, man. Salute,
What's
bro.
going on, man?
All right,
What's
so
the
listen, we
word,
can go
man?
right into it,
I
Wack.
just did I don't know where the fuck I was at, like Harlem Legend or something. They had me call
Oh,
in or something.
you
They
had
just had me call in the Harlem Legend, so that was cool.
yeah. Harlem Legend
But
is
I'm glad to get on the East Coast platform because
right.
I hear these dudes. I think it's just Clubhouse dudes, right? Because I got a lot of East Coast history, right?
Right.
And I got a home out there. I paid like $2-3 million for it, right?
Wow.
And it's like you hear these dudes try to drive this narrative, and I don't understand it. Maybe you can help me. Out here in California on the West Coast, right? If Kendrick Lamar did something, right? and we looked up and you was talking about it, right? We're gonna be like, shit, we're gonna hear what he gotta say.
Right.
We're not gonna take it like, why is he talking about West Coast politics? It's in the blogs, it's right there.
Right.
He's reading it.
Right.
This is a worldly guy. People know who he is.
Right.
But it seems to me like on the other end, whenever something goes up about a New Yorker and I cover it, they say, you talking about New York? No. About 2-3 weeks ago, I talked about New York. We
Right.
covered the amount of rodents, rats versus human population in New York. And we
Right.
talked about why that is, the subway factor, the city with under the goddamn subway and things. That's talking about New York. We talked about the X-ray system they got going into the subways. People don't know about. Eric Adams put. That's talking about New York. If
Right.
we're covering artists, Puffy, the world's covering. Are you
Right.
saying because I'm
Right.
from California, we can't cover this? It's like, it's crazy. Then it's like, yo, Wack, you go at New York. I've never went at New York. You don't
Right.
spend $2-3 million on a home because you don't like a place like that, right?
Right.
There's no other place like New York in the United States of America.
Right.
Period. The way it's built, everything about it is different, right?
Mm.
So it's like people got to stop because an individual is from, like you. If you're from Jersey,
Right.
if you go do some crazy shit, that's you. That ain't saying the whole fucking New Jersey is
Yeah.
on the crazy shit. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So just because the individual's from a certain location, that's how we identify people. That's how we communicate.
Right.
Such and such. Who is that? Oh, such and such from
Right.
Brooklyn or from Queens or California. But it's like every time I seem to cover a topic, we've been covering Young Dolph. We've been covering Thug. Shit, whatever pop up, we're gonna cover it.
I think as we gotta cover hot topics to stay relevant. You know what
You
I'm saying?
have to.
So, and honestly, Jersey guys, East Coast guys get the same thing because we cover the game politics. You know what I'm saying? And you guys may say, why is niggas in New York and New Jersey worrying about what me and Big Q got going on? You know what
No,
I'm saying?
because no, you gotta understand. For one, it's in the blogs. Two, it's real gangs in Jersey.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? I got homies from Jersey always come out. Itchy and
right,
them from the mob, New Jersey mob. It's New Jersey 60s, it's New Jersey grape streets. It's shit. It's all kind of shit in Jersey, right? Jersey's a real place. It already was a real place prior to that, right?
yeah,
It was,
right.
Jersey always been, and what was dangerous about Jersey is it'll make you think it's not dangerous.
That's like LA with the palm.
It make you think it's not dangerous. You be somewhere and it's like you hear Long Beach and you think, oh, it's Long Beach. Oh no, there's some pockets over there that
Right,
could be dangerous. So, and I think Jersey gets, because you got New York, you got Philly. So a
right,
lot of the conversation be New York, Philly, and you got
right.
Jersey literally
In the
right
middle.
through the Lincoln Tunnel, right across the GWB, right?
Right.
Right there, right? And it's kind of like people like, all right, Jersey. No, Jersey's a very, very real place.
Yeah, certain
Connecticut,
cities. Certain
Connecticut,
like
very real
North
place.
Trenton, Camden, Patterson, Elizabeth, Jersey City. These are rough areas. You'll get the same shit that happened to you in New York or LA can happen to you in these small cities.
That's a fact. That's
Yeah,
real. You know what I'm saying? So,
right,
end of the day, it's like um people tend to they ask me questions because a lot of people they say, Wack, you say the shit we thinking that we just not gonna say.
right. But look,
Right?
let's cook, because I know you don't got a lot of time, so I want to give this stellar interview because I prepared for you, OG. You heard?
Let's do
You
it.
heard? All right, so listen, I wanted to know how's the family doing, man? You've been public about having this new queen. You seem very happy parading
Yeah.
town. So
Yeah.
tell me, how's the family?
My son just turned 30. My daughter just turned 20. She's on her third year of college. Their
Right,
mother, which is my baby mother, she's still up and thriving and taking care of her business. I still handle my manly responsibilities and obligations. You
Okay.
know, what she earned through the years we were together is definitely what she's gonna be rewarded. Her life, she's still the beneficiary of the life insurance policy. I've
Okay.
never changed that. You know, we friends. You know, a lot of our business may still cross when I need things done. Other than that, but you know, it was. I never thought because we come up together from 14 years old.
Right.
We met when we was like 9.
Okay.
So I never thought that that day would come when we would separate, right? And then we had put so much into each other, right? I put learning how I work, learning how she works. So it was kind of like I never thought that I would find somebody to replace that. Because it
Right.
wasn't about the looks, it wasn't about the sex, it wasn't about nothing in the world everywhere, right? It
Right.
was about, can you plug into my business? Because that's what balances me. I start, I pass the intricate things in the middle she has to do, and then I close or I troubleshoot. So um, Clubhouse, believe it or not, because I don't come from the dating world. I don't know how to date. I've never been in a position where I had to date. Right? We've been together since I've been like it was like 30 something years,
Right.
14 years old. So Clubhouse kind of like gave me a platform where I can watch and listen and learn and
Right.
get to know and understand. You can kind of tell if they got kids, they got a job, if they work, if they party, if they clubhouse sluts fucking with this nigga, that nigga, if they got a man, like you can kind of see what's going on in it. And it was during COVID. And I met I'm listening to this young lady talk to the people, and she's like a minister to them, and she's mentoring the ladies, and she had her own business, marketing business and firms. And I'm like, damn, I'm like, shit, she's kind of self-sufficient. But there was
Right.
a time during COVID where everybody's business took a hit. So it was kind of like we met at the right time. I
Right.
was going through my separation to where it was like, okay, I can't expect, my kid's mother to be there at my every beck and call because we separated, right? The things she needs to do, she'll do. The things I need to do, I'll do. But when you separate and you going your own way, you got to go your own fucking way. So it
Right.
was like meeting R&B was like, it was like a godsend. And I was just talking about this because I was creating the cover to this book that I plan on writing. She's gonna
Right.
author for me. That it was like DJ K Slade brought me to Clubhouse.
Right.
Um, I met DJ K Slade not maybe about a year before my biological big brother passed away.
Okay.
And K Slade stepped into those shoes as a big brother.
Right.
And then all my social media, K Slade forced me to get on social media. I wasn't into it. He forced me to
Right.
do an Instagram, forced me to do a Twitter.
Right.
He like, yo, I'm seeing this invite coming with this shit called Clubhouse. So when I come on Clubhouse, I run across R&B, and then while I'm on Clubhouse, K say passes.
Dang.
Yeah, he passes, right? I was actually in Jersey where I just left where he was at, and when he passed, right? So it's kind of like my biological brother set me up with Slay, and then he made his exit, and
Right.
then Slay set me up with this and made his exit. It's like the forces around me, the people around me, continue to look out for me.
Right.
But it was a godsend because I'm gonna be real. I wouldn't have known, bro. I've never lived the life that y'all got a chance to live. I was a grown young nigga. I've
Right.
been paying bills since I was 14 with the
Wow.
same girl, the same chick. So
Right.
I would have known how to like this dating world that y'all niggas been in, playing and doing y'all thing. And
But I'm gonna hold you accountable because you played in the devil's playground, got caught out there.
no, no, listen, fucking abroad is fucking
Huh?
abroad.
You said
We
what?
talk. Listen, as a man,
Right.
I've never not fucked abroad, but
Right.
we
Right.
talking like trying to get to meet something, know somebody,
Right.
and like going on a date and what they call this shit, courting a date. I don't come from it. We
Right.
nigga, we done hit abroad and keep moving, don't even know her name.
Right. Well,
You know that?
let's talk about let's talk about that controversy that you had because I want to commend you because even when you had controversy and the video came out. The young lady leaked the photos with you on the phone, in your birthday suit. You were still able to bounce back. Like how
Well,
did
well,
you
here goes the
you worried
thing,
that
right?
it hurt your street cred?
No, here goes the thing, right? When you've been an authentic dude of who you are, like you're who you are,
Right,
you have ways about you that's your ways.
right,
It's certain shit that you do that it's normal to you because it's what you do. I don't give a fuck if it's how you store your toothbrush, nigga. You know what
right,
I'm saying? I got homies that when they take their shoes off, it's a whole fucking thing. They take them off, they dust them up, they sock them, they put them in the box. Me, I take my shoes off, put them in the closet, right?
right,
So, me personally, when I get out of the shower, I'm a king. When I get out the shower, I'm gonna lay across that bed and you're gonna oil my body.
right,
That's it. I don't give a fuck where I'm at. That's just what it is. Now, what kills me is this. I think because it's me and niggas be like, whack, we wanted to see them take an L.
right,
Any little thing they'll take it and turn it into something, right?
right,
I've had $1 million conversations. I've booked flights, I've ordered food, I've had conference call early in the morning where I'm in the bed, nigga. I'm in the bed on the phone. I don't sleep in pajamas.
right. No Diddy. I
I
got
have sex with my woman all throughout the night.
right,
I'm not just a womb at 9 o'clock and we out till 8 in the morning.
right,
I'm gonna roll over all throughout the night. I don't sleep in clothes or pajamas,
right.
boxers, brief. If you's a burglar come in my house, nigga, you gonna get a butt naked squab. I'm gonna shoot you and pop you asshole naked. That's just what it is, right? So now it'd be one thing if it was a transgender or a man that took the
Right,
picture. It was the bitch that took the picture.
right,
So
right,
to
right,
me, I'm like, that's why my woman is like, and my baby mama, they be like, the nigga sleep naked. The nigga gets out the shower. He's
right,
gonna lay there. You're gonna oil my body. I don't know. A lot of men maybe can't identify with this, right? And if my phone rings, what up? Hey, homie, I'm stranded. Could you send a car to get me? I'm not gonna say, why I didn't answer the phone because I'm naked. They don't know I'm naked. Nigga,
right,
only thing you know, what's up, dog? Man, nigga just whoop whoop whoop. I'm on the move. All right, I'm gonna send the homies. I didn't orchestrated business deals, street shit, flights, you name it, laying in the covers of my bed. But
right,
because it's whack, right? You gotta ask yourself, right? You gotta ask yourself, okay, well, what's the big deal? Right? The nigga's laid on the bed. It's a
right.
female. They throw the antics in there. Oh,
Yeah,
he was on his knees. Okay, well, where you got me on my knees?
yeah.
But because
You
this is
know what it
social
was,
media,
Wack? You know what they was? They were saying, "What type of nigga gets on Clubhouse in his birthday suit?"
and I'm
That's what
letting
they try.
everybody know right
Trying to think,
now,
huh?
when I get out the shower, when
Right,
I get home about 7:30, and I get in the shower, and I get out of the shower,
right,
and I get oiled, and I'm laid back watching TV, and they say, Wack, can you come in the room? I'm in my bed naked, nigga.
right.
So now, me personally, when I'm talking to a man, I'm talking to the man. I don't have men that say, hey, what up, dog? I'm talking on the phone with you naked.
Yeah,
Right? So,
nobody knows what's going on the other end. Yeah,
exactly. So
yeah,
all y'all niggas, 90% of the shit y'all done listened to and been entertained by, late night or early morning, Wack probably in his bed. And when I'm in my bed, I'm not in my bed in clothes, bro.
right. I mean, you like I said, I
Nigga,
commend
you
you.
lucky this camera didn't go off.
Yeah, no Diddy,
Luce
bro.
Cannon called me at the last city. I'm watching
Right,
Godfather, nigga. I watch
right.
Godfather once a week. Been doing this
Yeah,
since
I
I've
heard
been
the
12.
lady say 1 second, so I know you had to get your Dougie together.
That's it. Throw my shirt up, she naked. Ain't no clothes
Paul.
allowed in my bed with no female. You bet not
Right,
get me
right,
in with
right, right.
none of that, right?
But
So,
listen, tell me about this new tattoo that your new lady got. I watched the No Jumper interview.
yeah,
Can you describe it to the world what it is? The
well,
shit
it's a picture of me in like a Balenciaga button down with my
Sheesh.
it's a Chris Jewelers created me it was like a Wack 100 exclusive medallion, and it's like the W with 100, so it can mean Wack, it can mean West Coast, whatever. And I gifted that to her. I said, you know what? It's a one-on-one. I want you to have it. It's always be on your heart. So last week, she's like, I need to ride back to California because she live in Vegas.
Right.
On this day, I got to go over here for an appointment. I wasn't thinking nothing of it.
Okay.
I dropped her off. I'm outside on the phone. After like 20 minutes, she texted me, asked, could I come in? So when I went in, I guess in 20 minutes, they was prepping her, right? So when I went in, they did put the, the print on her back. So I'm like, well, what's this? She's like, this is what I want for my birthday. So I didn't know what to say.
Right.
Now, I do know that I'm not playing with her feelings and emotions. If this would have been a chick that I'm just, all we do, we just wanted to play with for whatever reason, I would have stopped it because when a woman's going that far and you playing with them, a grown woman, they'll do something to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So at the end of the day, my life says that I have long.
Yeah, you went out.
Hold on. Where we at?
Uh,
You there?
Yeah, I'm there. It's just you frozen
right
now. That's how live do.
How unfreeze it?
Sometimes it's your Wi-Fi.
So I got to go out, come back, or what you think?
Shit, I don't know. Let me see.
I'm hitting a little 2 circles.
Is it buffering?
No, it ain't buffering. I see I'm froze like
Yeah,
a motherfucker. Let me see the 3 dots. No, that don't do nothing. Let me see what this does.
I would just let me see. Damn, yeah, because sometimes turn off your Wi-Fi and turn it back on.
Hold on.
Yeah, try that.
All right, there we go. So you talking
There
something.
we go. Yeah. Right. Hey, Wack, do your Wi-Fi again because it got you moving in slow mo for some reason. I don't know if the Wi-Fi choppy where you at. It's got you freezing again. Now you great now. Yeah, you great.
I really didn't know what.
Right. Yeah.
That I'm a dad too.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's that, man. I don't know. I mean, she tells me, I've come into her life. She's very intelligent. She already had her own things going on, and she tell me how much I've added to her and poured into her, and
Right.
the daddyhood and the position I take with her children.
Okay.
Maybe it's a gesture of endearment. Maybe
Now,
it's a
let me ask you this: why is she much younger than you? Because that's the thing. Because I seen that you was born in 1977. So
how old does she look?
I'm a 78 baby. So we close. We
How
close.
much does she look? How old does she look?
I ain't gonna lie. She look in her 30s.
She's a 79. She'll be 45 next month, nigga.
Sheesh.
She be 45 on Halloween. So
Right.
that ain't I hear Wack got a young chick. He
Right.
playing and she's
Right.
44, will be 45 next month.
That's fire. That's fire.
So it ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't be really, these young chicks, I be hearing the way they talk.
Right.
I don't think I can handle that shit. That should be crazy.
Yeah. But so listen, take me back to a young Cash Jones when you was growing up in Pacoima, man.
Man,
Yeah, how many siblings did you have, and were you raised by both parents?
I got 2 older brothers. I'm the baby.
Right.
And I found out when I was about 14 that I had a sister
Okay.
that was my middle brother's age,
Right.
right? So that I didn't know about it, right? Me and my brothers got the same mother, same father. My father was a crack addict. When he was in and out, he's a pastor, crack addict hustler. So he was a dude that was the kingpin of the neighborhood. back when the pills and the powder was just the party shit. And when crack hit out of Oakland, everybody that got their normal high, they're like, yeah, it's his new thing. Niggas just thinking, oh shit, it can't be no different than everything else. And they tried, but the crack had a different thing. It held
Right.
them. And it took down a lot of the greats.
Okay.
So it was uh me and mom's, my older brother, when he was
Okay.
18, he went to prison. My middle brother had moved out. He had went up to Sacramento hustling up there. He got with an older chick and he was up there hustling back and forth. So it was me and mom's, and I had a neighbor moved in. His name is T-Po Lee from New Iberia, Louisiana.
Okay.
He's kind of the one that taught me how to drive, taught me how to hunt, fish, taught me how to hustle with other ways, shit like that. But just growing up in those streets, my middle brother was from PIRU. My older brother wasn't a gang member. He
Right.
later on went to prison and fell up under the BGF situation on some prison shit. But you know how it is. When you look up and your brother come home, he had a fight or he in jail and is always against the niggas across the street,
Right.
started to develop a hate for the niggas across the street. Mama house got shot up, the niggas across the street. And then now, when I'm at the parks or at the liquor store playing video games, the niggas across the street got little brothers, like my brother got little brothers, and it's like, yo, where you live at? Where you live at? And then your little shit starts. And cats I
Right.
played football with and growing up with, we kind of started our own clique called the Baby Gangsters. And I'm the youngest. Everybody else is maybe 2 to 4 years older than me. But I was always ahead of my time. I hung out with older people. I learned shit. I caught on quick to shit, how
Right.
to hustle, how to get the money. The older dudes that would give me things they shouldn't give me. So I was able to get the things the crew needed. I brought my first car when I was like 14. Even though it was a Cadillac, I still had to sit on couch pillows to drive, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, we was gang banging. I come from all blood city, all PIRU city.
Right.
But it was a lot of money, it was a lot of women. So a lot of niggas from inner city LA would try to come over there and
Right.
not realize we was over there. We was deep. So niggas didn't try to take the city, they just couldn't do it.
Right.
And when I started doing time at 12, caught my first case at 12, shot a Mexican man in the face like 32 times with a pellet gun.
Damn.
We was
Did
in the backyard shooting cans and shit.
right. Right.
And my brother, they had the little Daisy pumps, little pellet BB gun. I had the real pellet gun with the CO2 joint, right?
She.
So I went in the house to get another canister, and I guess one of them had shot, and maybe the BB went through the gate, hit the dude's kid. So by the time I'm coming out my room, my mother's at the door talking to a Mexican man with broken English. And he like, my son, she said, yeah, let me go ask in the backyard. He saw me with the pellet gun in my hand and said, no, him. She said, no, he's been in the house. Let me go in the backyard. I don't think, dude, he understood her. He was mad. All I heard was, no, bitch.
Oh.
At this time, Paul rules already coming out my mouth. I'm 12 years old, right? I didn't seen things. I didn't seen bodies in alleys. I didn't seen niggas get killed, gunned down. I'm the man of the house at this time. So I rushed him. And when he grabbed my hand, right, he couldn't control it. So I'm feeding him to him. And because
Wow.
I was so close, they was digging in his skin. But I went on the run. I was on the run about 5, 6 months, couldn't go to school. My older brother, he had a cat named Big James. He hustled with from OVG. They had a spot at this little hotel. Remember how niggas used to sell dope out of hotels? So they had a spot at the hotel. The bottom room where they served. The
Right.
middle room is where they slept, and the top room was the money. So my job was to count the money, put it in stacks of hundreds, stacks of thousands, and my pay was I got to keep the ones. They didn't want the ones.
Right.
What my slick ass do? I started meeting the crackheads down the street at the corner. How much money you got? $20. Give me the $20. I give them 2 5s and 10 ones. So when they come and spend the money, right, I'm making my money. One day they told on me, "What a youngster, he always be trading us our money for ones." Because they like, God damn, man, there's been a lot of ones lately. So
Right.
I've always kind of been ahead of my time. I went to juvenile hall Ended up getting caught. I think I did about 90 days, 4 months or something, got out.
Yeah.
Came back, and then from that point on. And in juvenile hall is when I started to meet the bulk of other gangs.
Yeah.
Compton.
Hold that thought right there, because everybody online, you always say on PIRU. So people want to challenge and say, who put you on in PACOIMA? Like, take 31s? Was they giving 31s? So y'all just had to.
Well, you got this is you got some homies that because of who their family was, it was just what it was. My
Right.
clique, didn't nobody put us on but our clique. And
Okay.
I think at the time, might have been Baby Bullet. I think Baby Bullet was probably about Baby Bullet born in like 72, 73. Baby Bullet, and I might have been Chico or another homie. So my clique, we got a clique even to this day of 12 of us, right? And it's the clique before it's a set. It's PIRU before anything. So we didn't take orders from the older niggas.
Right.
I was in place to know how to get the money. My house was a dope house. All the older niggas knew my pops gave us all the guns, right? We was getting money. I had 2 vehicles, right? So it was like we were self-contained with that. Even today, every one of my homies that then died, I buried. That's a
Right.
baby gangster. You go to jail, Wack cover that, right? We deal with us first. If you get into it with a baby gangster from PPB, we gonna deal with you like you an enemy. We don't give a fuck
Right.
about none of that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, we all got, everybody in my clique got put on. You
Right.
had to get out there in the middle of the street, get put on. Actually, I remember fucking around after about 4 minutes of squabbling. That's a long squabble. I tried to hit the boy with the hate maker, Baby Bullet, and hit the motherfucking wall, bro. Busted all. All this shit was pink and white.
Wow.
I'd never forget that, right? And then after the put on, you had to go put some work in.
Right.
Immediately, wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? And that was the unique thing about our clique. Our clique was known for one thing, and everybody knew that. Like, you
Right.
couldn't be part of that if you wasn't that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I didn't come from an era where you get tattoos put on your face and walk and talk a certain way, and that's what it is.
Right. Now,
That ain't where I come from.
is the politics in PACOIMA different from Watts, Compton, Crenshaw, Inglewood? Like, is it a different
Um,
politic in PACOIMA?
I
That
don't,
different vibe?
you gotta understand, and a lot of people get this fucked up. A Inglewood nigga ain't gonna tell you from LA. A Watts nigga ain't gonna tell you from LA. A Compton, a Long Beach, a Pasadena, a Hawthorne, Pomona, I could go on and on. It's 88 cities that makes up LA County.
Wow.
The
Yeah.
city of LA is very small. The actual city of LA. Luce Cannon gonna tell you from LA. He's
Right.
from inner city LA,
Right.
right? But Kendrick Lamar gonna tell you from Compton. J Rock gonna tell you from Watts. He's not gonna tell you from LA. So PACOIMA is one of the cities within LA County. So
Okay.
it ain't like we an hour away. We like 13, 14 miles outside of the inner city, right?
Yeah.
3 freeways, 5 to 110, 105, we in Compton, right? That quick. So it ain't like we operate that much different, but we definitely are self-sufficient, and nobody from Compton came to PACOIMA and put us on PIRU.
Right.
That ain't how it happened. Like,
Okay.
usually that's how that happened. A nigga from a PIRU set go somewhere
And
like San Diego,
yeah.
5'9" Brim. That's LA 5'9" Brim. Big Country and them went down there to San Diego. There's no 59th Street in San Diego,
Right.
right? So yeah, but usually it's a facet that comes to your city, and then y'all adopt off that. So we definitely self-sufficient and self-contained and maintained.
Right.
Um, we 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 follow the ways of the valley. And but when it comes down to it, we all go to the same county jail,
Right.
same penitentiary, same juvenile hall. So it ain't like the rules ain't the rules.
Yeah,
The
because
rules is coming.
I hear sometimes people try to discredit you. Some of the other power rules, like they'll come out and say, "Oh, he from San Fernando Valley." That he don't
Now
even.
here goes the thing.
Yeah.
I love when they do that.
Right.
You know why? See, I didn't squabble with the majority of Compton Crips over PIRU business, because other PIRUs, for whatever reason. When we go to jail, nigga, you from PIRU, that's what it is. And my homies are known for running the yards, having the keys to the yards. I'm gonna tell you why I love when they do that. If I'm supposed to be, oh, he's just, then why am I the nigga that you gotta talk about for people to know who you are? Let's talk about it.
Right.
90% of these niggas, I'm the Drake of this world. I'm the Drake feature. If you're a nobody, you mention Wack name, put something in the title. Oh, you heard what Eric said? Who is Eric? Right. Eric said about Wack. Who said it? Eric. Eric. Here go the link. Through you mentioning my name, the PACOIMA guy,
right,
the big bag, wherever you from, nigga, if that shit means something, right? Because there's busters and snitches, killers, homosexuals, busters and riders from every set.
Right.
And one thing about my homies, we known for putting in that work. You notice how many niggas from PACOIMA you heard them, because right now they'll do it because of me. You heard them say he's a bitch or he's a snitch or
right.
he got rolled up or he. You don't hear that about PACOIMA.
Right.
Not to say we don't have it going on, but it's at a very minimum. So the very same people that holler, oh, he's just from here and I'm from there. Okay, let's say I'm from Compton. Okay, you from Compton. Shout out to Compton. It's the motherhood of PIRU. Without Compton, there's no PIRU.
Right.
And that go for any PIRU set outside of Compton. PIRU come from PIRU Street in Compton, right?
Gotcha.
Okay, you saying, I'm from Compton, nigga, and he just from there. Well, it looked to me like what you talking about ain't doing nothing for you because you hollering the PACOIMA nigga's name. If you take out you mentioning me, a nigga you don't know, here go the math. A nigga you don't know, that nigga you ain't did no business with, a nigga that know nothing, but you say, why you just gonna go tell him I'm such and such from here and get on? Because nobody pays you no attention. You know why? You gotta mention the PACOIMA nigga's name. And I don't see myself, I'm from PACOIMA. I'm from the Valley, 12700. I'm a Niles baby. I'm original baby gangster. But I'm a PIRU before anything, right? And when we in that jail, ain't no parks, homie.
Right.
Ain't no city. When niggas is moving shit, niggas ain't discriminating at what PIRU you from. When the knifing is happening and it's going at it with these essays and whoever the ops is, right? Ain't no, oh, they from over here. Everybody into it. You know the coldest part about it? I always been a go-to on Wack, how we gonna do it.
Right.
Wack, we show Wack what we doing, right? So if I wasn't who I was, people wouldn't talk about me the way they talk about me today.
Right. Now
It's true.
Your first bid, I was watching the Vlad interview. You said you went to prison from 16 to 21.
22.
Right? To 22. Now in LA, going to prison at 16, were you charged as an adult?
Yeah. I was one of the first ones to get charged as an adult, as a minor. And usually they send you back to youth authority till you 18, right? And then they'll send you up the way. But I already been to youth authority. I was in YA at 14. I started doing time at 12. So I went to the juvenile halls, juvenile camp, Silmar, Ventral LP, Camp Miller twice. Shout out to my nigga, my Deuce from LA Lanes, because he was with me in a lot of these spots. And then I went to Nellis. I went to Nellis to do 9 months, ended up doing 2 years. You know, it's gladiator school. That motherfucker worse than the penitentiary. That's where I got introduced to pepper spray. I remember when that shit came to light. You know, it was a different world. My nigga Twin from Waterfront PIRU was my right hand back then, Colon for Mui. So once I came home, a lot of pictures you see of me up, that was me in juvenile hall. I was swole. I was a monster.
Like this with the ponytail, like that.
I was like 19 right then.
That was crazy.
Right, so I was in the cell with homie Big Crunch from Bar 9 Brim, Edward Savage. So when I came back, they was like, they sent a letter from Sacramento saying that due to his level of manipulation and sophistication, we don't want him back in the juvenile system. right? So the judge didn't know what to do with me. I'm in adult court. I'm going to Baddies Superior Court, and I think I was looking at 15, 16 years or something. I had 2 counts of 245, firing into a vehicle, firing into dwelling of a home, because I chased the niggas down and reclipped and got down on the house. I was busting at them, chasing them through the streets of PACOIMA. They dropped the 245, they dropped the home, dropped the vehicle, left me with 245 and discharged the city limits, and broke me down from like 15 to 7 if I would agree to sign the rights to go to prison. Now, the shit I signed released me to the yard. So if I got into a fight with an adult, they couldn't hit them with assault on a minor. Right? So I hit the yard back then. And I'm gonna be real. I hate to say it, but prison probably the best thing happened to me. Because looking at what was going on in my neighborhood, certain homies that was dying and getting shot, knowing me and how I was moving, I would have called life have been dead. So I think the penitentiary allowed me to get grounded and rooted and find myself. I did all the gang banging, all the assault and the stabbing, the rioting, going to the hole. Then my last 18 months to 2 years, I found myself. I was able to politic with Crips and stop hate. I hated the Crip. I bring my big brother on there, he'll tell you, nigga. He be like, yo, you don't believe in God? I said, nigga, God put me here to kill Crips, the devil from PIRU. That was my frame of mind. I was fucked up. I didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that this shit started behind a nigga stealing a jacket and some other shit. You know, you didn't know the story. So you go in there and 3 strikes law just hit after I got my time. And I'm watching these niggas 30 years, 20 years. Every ordinary, they might have had a 5 or 10 beard, and I'm watching it. And I'm in here as a youngster talking to these grown men that's my father's age. And these niggas is like talking to a 15-year-old. Wow. I'm like, I'm telling myself, what the fuck are you doing in here with these people?
Right.
For real. Right. But I'm in here, I realized then that I was a product of my environment. I wasn't that. Some of these niggas, it's all they got. So they don't understand multiplication and reading and writing and application and real estate and all. They don't understand this shit. All they know is the block, the hustle of the block, the home girl, the park, give me a bucket, some weed, and nigga the party and some drink.
Right.
And shout out to them. But to me, I was always a straight A student. I was just in the street.
Right.
So we had a riot, a race riot, and on the yard, I passed out like 13 rods, all homies.
Yeah.
Out to the yard, it's Crips and Bloods together, Bay Area, we all together against the Hispanics. I never forget this brother named Three Finger Louie from Harlem Crip, and older brother. And I heard him call my name. Wack, watch out. There was an essay in my blind that had me. He dealt with it, right? Shit goes on. Some niggas go to the hole. Some niggas get shot. Some niggas go to the infirmary. Some niggas make it back to the cell. I make it back to the cell. 3 days later, they say, roll it up, Jones, pack your shit. What's up? We got a kite that you provided knives for the war. So at that time, I asked myself, who's my enemy? This Crip that saved my life on the battlefield, or one of these Bloods that told on me, because they're the only ones I gave knives to, right? So that was the shutdown of my gang banging.
Right.
Hating a nigga because of where they from. And I started to realize through conversation that, nigga, we didn't take an aptitude test to say you're gonna be from this gang. We all grew up, if your grandmama would have raised your ass in motherfucking Bronx, nigga.
Right.
Be Bronx.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it was like I'm meeting people that's like me there's Crips and Bloods in different cities, and I started exchanging numbers, and you know they write me when they get out. When I get out, I'm making sure they straight. Yo, Wack, you check on my family, man. I ain't seen my son. Go holler at my baby mama, and through that we developed ties. Through being on the yard, being each other's provider and protectors, we developed ties, and I still got a lot of those relationships even now. Prison taught me about the demographics of the whole majority of LA.
Right. All right, so
I'm a nigga that can move around LA. I know where I'm at, the neighborhood I'm at. I know niggas from pretty much every neighborhood.
Right. I wanted to ask you about you froze again. You good?
Yeah, hold on.
I wanted to
Another call.
hear me
I
because I
gotta stop.
froze.
You hear
All
me?
right, there you go. I wanted to
Yeah.
ask because I watched your Vlad interview and you said that you witnessed one of your homeboys. I think he did some bullshit. You went in the house after him, and he ended up blowing his head off with a 12 gauge shotgun.
Yeah, that wasn't my homie. That was this dude named Jerry. T-Poli, the guy I said was kind of like a father figure.
Right,
So he moved out. And what happened is during the day, my mother's house was a serve house. At night, she was shut down because he didn't trust it. And his house was a serve house, right? That's how we worked it. So Jerry was the dude that pushed the basket. And he would come clean up and shit like that. So
right,
T-Poli was moving. He's like, me and the family gonna move. We're gonna keep the spot. He like, I'm gonna put Jerry in there,
right,
right? Because we all know him, even though we knew he was a smoker, but he was a homeless nigga with a basket, ex-military nigga. I'm gonna
right,
put Jerry in there. We're gonna give Jerry his own private dope to smoke, and we're gonna get a nigga 9 ounces a week to move, dub for dub. So what I would have to do during the day is come pick the money up, bring it back to the house, and then I would get it to T-Poli. So everything was cool for about a year. And
right,
then one day, me and T-Poli come down, we come in the house was empty. So I went and checked for the work is gone. So we jump in the car, me, him, and his buddy Lonnie Pratt, and we riding around looking for him. We can't find him. We go to the 7-Eleven Lakeview Terrace. We seen this smoker. She like, yo, y'all sure do take care of your people. Jerry down there having a ball at the Pink Hotel on San Fernando Road. Now we go down there.
right,
I go to the manager. So I'm looking for my dad. His name was Jerry such and such. So you're here in room 6. Nigga, I knock on room 6. Female open the door, nigga. You would have thought it was 15 diesels in that motherfucker. White smoke come out that motherfucker. This nigga got the whole, he in here burning with 5 brawls, 9
wow,
ounces of raw. So I get him out of there. And again, I was young, but I was older. And that was the threat because the older niggas I was around knew that niggas wouldn't be paying attention to me. But they
right.
knew I was the first one to go. So we
Okay,
get there, he put him in the back. When he get in the back, I draw down on the nigga. He like, nah, I got something else for him. Just get him to the house. We get to the house, he pulled in the back. Remember, we used to go hunting and shit. Rabbit, quail, pheasants, shit like that. So,
right,
I was a hunter before I started gangbanging. So when
okay,
it came to hitting a nigga, I'm taught how to hit a rabbit's hind legs. It was easy to me. We in the
right,
back, T-Poli tell him, yeah, you fucked it off. We ain't gonna whoop your ass. We ain't gonna kill you. He went in the back behind the garage. He took off the blue tarp. Guess what was under the blue tarp? The
what?
basket that Jerry used to push.
Wow,
He brought him his basket. He said, go get your shit. You back on the street. I can't trust you. So Jerry go in the house. We sitting in the backyard. I said, hey man, where all the motherfucking the hunting shotguns and shit? He said, oh, they in the house in the closet, in the master bedroom. I said, man, let me go in there and get this shit, man, for this nigga like come out doing something crazy. I walk through the back door, come to the laundry room, kitchen, come to the living room, to the hallway. Soon as I open the master bedroom door, dude was standing right there, looking dead in my eyes,
right,
12 gauge in his mouth, locked eyes with me, pulled the trigger. I watched his whole top cap come off, hit the ceiling, body slump, and it was like a river of blood just flowing. They hear the shot in the backyard, run in, they think I done shot the nigga.
right,
They go to grab the nigga, I grabbed him, don't touch
right,
him. I didn't watch Matlock 50 million times. If a nigga commits suicide, by the way he fall in the gun fall, they can tell, don't touch him. We gonna
right,
walk out this motherfucker. I'm gonna call moms and let her come find him, and they do it like that.
right.
But I think what was bad about it was they was watching me for days, and they was like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, nigga. Why y'all keep asking me? I'm all right." That shit should have affected me,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Did it?
but
Did it?
it did. It numbed me and made. And I'm gonna be
Right,
real. I hate to say it. It was a gift and a curse. The gift was it prepared me for who I was to become.
right,
Curse was that shit wasn't normal. You know, my name Wack don't mean what it mean today. A lot of street shit took the ways and we tried to imitate the mafia. So certain words and shit, whack when it come to that mean get rid of a motherfucker. That's what that whacks, the evils, the killers, the psychos, all them names was earned names. Little D, Big C, Lil Ant, a lot of it was given names. I had an earned name. I had to earn that name. You know what I'm saying? And the things I did to earn it, I was numb to them and shouldn't have been. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be real, as a human being, brother, I never had an adolescent. I never had like a youth life, like, you know, doing time and game banging and the numbness. I lost it. I think that's why I was so into being a dad.
Right.
I used to pull up in my Cadillac and see people my age at the park throwing baseballs and basketballs, and I'm sitting here, nigga, with a Glock on my lap, with some jury on, and a Cadillac, nigga, with the music on. Is like, you know.
Hold that thought right there, Wack, because I did want to ask you too, because later on in life, right, you became a music manager, but who did Wack grow up listening to? Like,
I
who
grew
did
up listening to EPMD, Ice-T, Eric B. and Rakim, LL Cool J, NWA, KRS-One, the Ghetto Boys.
Right.
And then, you know, oldies, Keith Sweat, the Manhattans, Delphonics, Stylistics, you know, Blue Magic, Too Short on the Bay, shit like that. Pac was definitely there. MC Breed, you know, Midwest. So I grew up on that type of music. You know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of East Coast music. You know what I mean? A lot of East Coast music.
So y'all listen to East Coast music in the Valley?
Hell yeah! What you mean? You got to see. Okay, let me tell you what the Valley is. If you land in LAX, right?
Yeah.
If you're talking about the LAX, it's a 405 freeway. If you look as far as the eye can see, you can't see no mountains.
Right.
If you get on the 405 and go south or north, rather, right? You come up a hill by Mulholland. When you come down the hill, if you pay attention, you see a big old city. It's about 2-3 million people down there. The valley is the city that sits within the mountains. That's all it is.
Right.
Pasadena is the valley.
Okay.
If you can turn around and see a mountain, your ass is in the mountain. Pomona, Long Beach, bordering cities of LA County. When you pass Long Beach, Orange County, Pomona, San Bernardino County, Inland Empire County, Calabasas. When you pass that, Ventura County, and then on our side, it's a city called Roseman. That's like 60 miles north of PACOIMA. That's the last county, the current county. Now, PACOIMA is the last active city before you go into all that shit. So we kind of like, Long Beach was the same way. Without Snoop, niggas was downplaying Long Beach. But Long Beach is an all Crip city.
Yeah.
That's a serious place. But it's a border city. It's not Compton, Watts, but they right there. They 15 minutes, nigga, they 10, 15, they right there, right? So, but the popular places, Compton is the mecca of rap music.
Okay.
Watts riots, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Inglewood, that's where the Forum used to be. Right? So you got certain things that set up in these places to where people gonna know where this shit is at. PACOIMA was a place that people from inner city LA migrated to because the cost of living was cheaper and it was a little more widespread. Then from there it went Palmdale, Lancaster to San Bernardino and Fontana, Diamond Bar, Chino Hills, shit like that. But I mean, the liquor stores, nigga, the dope, the cars, the money, the women, the guns, the gangs, nigga, it's all the same shit. It's just that they got more gangs.
Yeah. Do you go back to PACOIMA a lot?
I go back to PACOIMA when needed.
Okay.
It's like when I came home in '99.
Right.
My son was like, 5 years old, something like 5.5, something like that. So first thing first, I had to get off parole, seek some employment, and because I was been a bitch ass nigga all his life because I was gone. I wasn't no different than who my father was. I called him a bitch ass nigga because he was gone, but dope had him gone. The bodies had me gone. Either way it go, nigga, I'm gone. Right. So when I came back home, again, by this time, I'm not on gangbang mode. I'm seeing shit different. You know what I'm saying? I'm politicking and talking to cats from the other side and understanding it. And my boy Wolf from OVG, we linked up and we started doing our thing, and that was my introduction to music. Me and J-Ro from the Alcoholics lived together.
Right.
And the first day I got out, tell you was crazy. The night before I got out, I'm watching Yo MTV Cribs. You gonna like this.
Right.
That's who crib. I'm like, God damn, this shit crazy. Ice-T, nigga.
Okay.
Ice-T got the crib with the sharks in the fish tank,
right.
the fucking parking lot on the roof. I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy, my nigga. Like, damn, how this nigga get this shit right? So when I paroled the next day and get to the house in Northwood with J-Ro, he like, Wack, let's roll. First place he take me is the Ice-T house. So I'm just, the night before, waiting my parole, watching this shit on TV, and now I'm literally standing, nigga, in Ice-T office looking at the fish tank with the sharks.
Wow.
Ice-T look at me and say, this nigga just come home. He said, literally, nigga, today. He said, I can tell. He got it written all over it. Right? So J-Ro gave me my first introduction, him and Wolf, into the music game. My homeboy Pooh Ryder was working at Death Row. Okay. And I would go up there with him. And that
next question, Wack, that's crazy. I wanted to know, how did, after prison, you went to Def Jam? So, I mean, to Death Row. So keep going.
Yeah, so Pooh Ryder was working at Death Row. Him and the realest, which is on the soundtrack. Fuck is that soundtrack? His name was Connecticut on that soundtrack. I always say Above the Rim, but it's not. It's another soundtrack. Him, the realest, and Kurt Cobain, the producer out of Chicago, was living in one of Suge's condos in Tarzana. Right. Pooh was in the pen with Suge, CMC. That's how they met. Pooh's a rider. He a baby gangster. My best friend, 5 years old. But he's a fool. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't no businessman. He just a straight rider. Right? And so he like, Wack, take me up here to pick my check up. So I took him up to Death Row, pick his check up. And then one day it was an event or something. He like, Wack, man, come on, fuck with me the event. At this time, I had my trucks going and shit like that going. I went up there with him and I met Reggie. And we got into some shit. And that's when I met Keita Rock from 6-0. Right? Salute Keita Rock. He a real OG. He one of the pillars of the West Coast. We're going to get at to somebody on that crippin' side when it comes to this. We got to get at to him. And me and Keita Rock looked up. He an old penitentiary nigga. He's older than me. And we get into it with Snoop now. He was on at that time. And we fighting shoulder to shoulder, back to back. Me and this nigga fighting 8, 9 niggas. My nigga Big Faye from Insane at the time was on Snoop's side. He crossed the hallway, the room, putting in work on us. And we over here putting in work on them. And once the smoke cleared, and we get back to Death Row, because I kind of took control. I tell the drivers, get out, homie, we got to move, because I don't know if Snoop and them or them niggas didn't made it back to Death Row before us. They used to be up there. We've just been a serious melee. So now I got in my head, if I was them, I'd be waiting the ambushes on the pull-up. That's how I'm thinking, right? So Reggie kind of seen my movement, and he like, yo, Wack, take my number, man. Shit, once you come around more, we need a motherfucker like you. I said, I can be by in a couple days, but I want to sit down and holler at you. So when I came, that's why Reggie says, when Wack came, he wanted to learn the business. He asked me about how this worked, that worked. Yeah, that side of me is there. But I don't need to live with you. I don't need your car. I had my trucking business, real estate. I was making like $300,000 a year at the time. I was doing all right for myself, right? And Rez told Suge what happened. He said, yeah, homie's telling me about this. I heard his name throughout the penitentiary system. He said, yeah, you might need to meet him when the nigga like smart. He like would keep him around. So me and Rez got a bond. Me, Reg, and Bob got it. And when Suge came home, that's how that introduction was made. So I've always dealt with Suge direct, but I was trying to do business. He was trying to get off into the movies and other shit. At the time, I didn't understand. He kept telling me he didn't have distribution, but he did. He just
Yeah,
didn't have universal distribution. He had
yeah,
Koch distribution though, but he
right,
didn't want the indie shit because back then it was frowned upon. If Suge would have took that lane, he'd have been 10 years ahead of everybody.
right. All right. So look, let me ask you a question. When you met Suge, Pac had already
I've
passed.
never met Pac a day in my life.
That's what I wanted to know. Did you get to meet Pac? So you
Never,
never got to meet Pac.
never met Pac. A fan of his music, didn't respect some of his character because it was like I got a homie named Frisco Chuck. He with Nick Cannon, incredible, right? He been down here in our backyard about 15, 16 years. And
Right.
Frisco Chuck is from Fillmore. You don't
Okay.
hear him say blood, cuz. He's from San Francisco. And we call him Frisco Chuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you came out here, I would want you to be who the fuck you are. Don't
Yeah.
have me look up, nigga, and you like, oh, nigga, this is
Yeah. Yeah.
PACOIMA. Right? I'm looking
But
at
listen,
you like,
to Pac's credit, he was a child. He was a kid. He was an
that
impressionable
nigga wasn't no kid.
7-year-old man.
That nigga
And you
wasn't no
running with a
kid.
bunch of bloods. You running with a bunch of.
Wasn't
I
no,
don't know.
bro.
I don't know if Suge and them was Suge and them sex, money, murder. What was they? What?
Never. Suge and them is mob. That's mob PIRU.
Oh, they mob Pyro. Okay,
So
so
when y'all hear Pac say, believe me, this is M.O.B.,
right,
that's PIRU. That ain't,
got you.
everybody be saying, nigga, that's
Right,
Bompton, mob PIRU.
right.
Money over
So
bitches.
look, on the East Coast, when he said that, we thought it was money over bitches.
That's what it means.
Okay,
Money over bitches, mob PIRU.
got you. All right, okay.
Bompton, that's a set. A
Right,
click. That
right,
can't niggas be hollering that shit. I be like, nigga, you niggas don't know. You hollering the niggas whole neighborhood. So you
right.
gotta remember, Pac was only here 11 months before he died.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Right? And Pac on some real shit. He was the cause of his own death. He was the cause of the demise and the downfall of death row. Let's keep it real. If I'm in Jersey with you, right? And your homie tell me that's the nigga robbed the homie. On with 15, 20 Jersey niggas. I don't know if this nigga is the connect, one of your homies' nephews, one of your homies is locked up little brothers. I don't know if this nigga's a killer. Well, y'all
Right,
know we can't fuck with this nigga. We whoop his ass. He gonna come kill a nigga mama tonight. So we can't just, everybody you just can't put your hands on and let go. You know this shit. You from Jersey. Some real killer niggas down there, right? So, Pop, if you'd have been by yourself, would you have went over there and took off on the nigga? Nah, but
mhm,
you know what you did because the homies was there? You ran your ass over there, kicked something off, forced the homies to draw to you. Baby Lane is a known gangster. He's a killer.
right,
Everybody know that. You can't just let this nigga get away. You see what happened when you let him get away. You see what I'm saying? So from your actions, it's a snowball effect. Now the shooting happens. From your actions, Suge is kicking a nigga. Suge got 9 years joint suspension. He going to the pen. It's G homies there on parole and all kind of shit. They in a motherfucking casino. Niggas ain't doing that in no motherfucking casino, bro. Niggas a time and place for everything. But this nigga, because he on some old entertainment shit, extra out ass shit, right? He does what he does. From that, Suge catch 9 years. He get himself killed. Downfall to death row.
right.
Right? He did the same shit when he started the beef with Biggie now. Bro, you know them niggas ain't. They didn't know you was coming. You think a nigga gon' know they got hitters downstairs, hear the gunshots, and come to the gunshots? If I know I got a hitter downstairs for you, right? When I hear the
Yeah,
gunshots, my alibi is in this
right.
booth. I'm not coming downstairs.
Respectfully, I think Pac, because he had got shot before, Pac was paranoid. Pac was
I'm
paranoid.
paranoid. What
He
that
didn't
mean?
trust nobody. He didn't trust
I'm
no.
paranoid every day. I'm powered by paranoia. I'm
Right.
paranoid, my nigga.
Yeah, you
Like,
got to move around with your head on the swivel because you talk a lot of shit on the
nah,
net.
nah, bro, this ain't nothing. Nigga, I'm
Right.
from Paru for real. You gotta remember, nigga, when I started doing this shit wasn't in style. We outnumbered 5, 6 to 1. You have to
Right.
literally be out your mind to
Right.
tell a nigga use the blood or use the PIRU, right? This is already my upbringing. This shit is soft. These niggas be talking. These niggas is high. They not thinkers.
Right.
And a
Right.
lot of these niggas, when you run into them, you see the bitch in their eyes. They want to take a picture. I see a
Right.
lot of these niggas want to take a picture because I'm still who I am,
Right.
right? So these niggas be talking. It be a nigga in Maine with some bifocals on. We gonna kill you. Half the New York niggas talking crazy don't even live in New York.
Right. Right. That's
They in
crazy.
Atlanta, Carolinas, niggas been gone a decade or better.
Yeah, let me ask you this question.
Real shit.
So listen, you was around Suge, right? You was around Suge for a
Yeah.
while, right? Did you learn when you started your label? Did you adopt any methods that you learned from Suge Knight and Death Row?
Yeah, the main thing I learned from Suge is what not to do. First thing first, you can't have 80 niggas around you with nothing to do. Because
Right.
they gonna do some bullshit. As
Okay.
we see what's going on with YSL, now CMG, we see the shit going on, right? Law enforcement get involved and it's just bad for business.
Right.
Not to go bully the building,
Right.
because then they don't let you in the building.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta remember, I saw Suge's downfall. That's why I laugh when niggas be talking. I'm like, yo, bro, nigga, I had to put the nigga in hotel rooms. I paid for his mother's funeral. Irv Gotti didn't put him in hotel rooms. If you do the math, nigga, when he caught his case, he was driving a pickup truck. The stigma of that had been gone. The catalog was gone. The company was gone. No residuals, no royalties, no artists. It's just the name. But niggas
Yeah.
is so starstruck. When you see Puff, you know what you're looking at.
Right.
Ciroc, Business, Bad Boy, Revolt, this, that, that. When you look at Suge, what was you really looking at?
Right.
I was around him on his decline. So I learned what not to do, and I learned to swallow your pride. And before the fall comes to pride, because he could have took his distro deal with Koch, because he sold Koch half a Death Row catalog and had 5% of all Urban Acts, Cali, Jim Jones, all that shit that went through Koch back then. Suge was getting 5% off of on the label side. They would have given him distribution, but he wanted to bully his way back in the UMG, and Jimmy Iovine and them wasn't going for it. That was
Right.
the rise of Dr. Dre at the time. Wasn't gonna happen.
Right.
So because he couldn't get in there, he didn't take the other move. Where I come from, oatmeal beat no meal.
I like that. I like that saying right
You
there.
know what I'm saying?
Oatmeal, right?
Yeah, because nigga, if you don't eat this oatmeal, you're gonna die off. Eat this
Right.
oatmeal, keep you some strength, keep some food on your stomach, and eventually you get to something else.
Right. All right. So look, shout out to Luce Cannon, but how did you and Luce meet, man?
Me and Luce, man, because Luce was one of, at the time, he was one of Big U's go-tos.
Okay.
That's about the time we set the table of the West Coast. We had total control of the West. Probably from the years 2008, 9 to about 2018,
Right.
there very minimum gang violence in the music industry. Niggas getting shot at music videos and robbed at the studio, and we was
Yeah.
doing concerts with a mixture of Crips and Bloods there. You heard very minimal of that because we had a table of Crips and Bloods to where we monitored this shit, and our out of town comrades, everybody had their people. So if I had a problem with T.I. and Big U was his go-to with T.I., then instead of us going at T.I., we go holler at Big U. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Big U
Right.
had a problem with somebody I dealt with, vice versa. And I brought radio back to the table with DJ K. Slay,
Right.
Kendrick Lamar, J Rock, YG, Nipsey
Right.
Hussle, Glasses Malone. I'm the first one to put them niggas on New York radio, period. Right? Shade 45, Hot 97 through my brother DJ K. Slay, may he rest in peace.
Right.
So, Luce Cannon was one of Big U's
Go
team.
to. Yeah.
It was a team.
Right.
And whenever he hollered at Luce, then Luce would come holler at me, and whatever guidance was needed or whatever was needed, then I put some closure to that, and then Luce went out and did what he was good at doing. This is why when they be saying, "Oh, Luce, you can't tell me who a nigga is," because the nigga y'all looked up to depended on this nigga to maintain his rep.
And I want to add to that because I got a ton of calls from Luce this week, and he been real active. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's
That's
him.
all I'm gonna say.
I mean, I've been working on him. I've been working on him to calm him down. I've
Right,
been including him and bringing him in on other things I'm doing,
right,
construction and TV and, you
right,
know, partnering with him and showing him. You know,
right,
it ain't every day a nigga be like, all right, it's 5 million on the table. We're going to go 50-50. You take 2.5, I take 2.5.
right,
We take $1 million apiece, roll it over here, get this $10 million loan, build this tiny home community. So I've been trying to slow him down. He just had another child. You
right.
know what I mean? So I've been trying to really slow him down. He a good dude,
Yeah,
but the nigga's a warrior. You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Can you talk about the TV show that you, Luce, Sharice, and your new lady are working on?
Well, he got Baddies too.
Right,
Actually not Baddies too. Baddies and the Beast too,
right,
which is him and his significant other, him and Sharice Mills. Um, Baddies one, he came to me and I stepped in and helped with the marketing. And we did great numbers. I think the show generated maybe like $9-10 million or something, right?
right.
We
Awesome.
did great. We did great numbers. So now he's on season 2, but season 2, instead of going on to a platform, we're going to BET. So what
Right,
he wants me to do, Wack, I want you to step in and oversee the business part of it, and whatever cameos we need to do, then then we do. But ultimately, it's around Luce and Sharice. But what it did do was give me a lane because me and Ray J was already working on the Tronics Network to bring other projects to the table. You
right.
know what I mean? I got a crazy one coming from the South Carolina or North Carolina. These motherfucking hillbillies is crazy, but it's a brother doing all the filming. It's
Right,
called Creek, something about a Creek doing that. We got a few more other situations we bring to the table along with that. So Baddie and the Beast season 2 is coming. It'll be on BET. The beautiful part about BET is um, it's giving us a guarantee. They're gonna
right,
pay us a flat rate. We don't gotta worry about who subscribe. We got season 1 where I can take and do the licensing deals all everywhere and continue to make money off of that. But now we got a thing where we can deliver projects, do projects, and do a guarantee. We should be able to do at least 2-3 a year, but I mean that's the easy $10-15 million in TV land. And then we
okay,
build tiny home communities, 100 home communities, rental communities, where he's partnering with me. Because I want to really pull him out of the streets. And the
right.
only way to do that
Smart
is to
move.
get him away and
Right.
put his ass, get used to coming into the building.
Yeah, because he got a lot of potential, man. He got a lot of potential. I
He's
told you he got
smart. He
a
just,
star quality. He got
the
a
nigga
star
just,
quality about him.
he a firecracker. And I
Right,
think he listened to me because he know I was ignorant. He know I can still be ignorant. Like Luce
right,
tell you, like, I don't know what these niggas is thinking. I'm still be on his toes. So, you know, and I want to see the best for him. I want to see the best for all of us, especially now. We got like 5-10 years, bro. I don't know about out there, but gentrification,
right,
um, the changing of the bands of who got to say so, the rat, the snitch, now has the popularity vote. They got the money, the cars, the women. It's okay to do that. It's in California, 3 out of 5 prison yards are PC yards. When I was in prison, PC went to the hole. They didn't want on the yard. They even got their own gang now. Crips,
wow,
Bloods, Mexicans, Asians that told white boys 2 fivers. They taking off on niggas on the main line.
wow. And they in
So,
peace.
nah, nigga, they running the yard.
Wow,
See, they don't like to tell niggas about now on the street, you know this nigga told, but he got the Rolls Royce, the sack, the money, the bottles, the bitches. So now what
right,
happens when they see Gunna told, this dude told, this dude told, Woody just told, he became bigger than he ever been. So now you're looking at 15 years, right?
right,
You was on the street hanging with the real niggas, and they broke, and you seeing the snitches over there getting the money, but they killer rats because they rats, but they kill your ass. So now you're looking at 20 years, or you could tell and go home and join that. You wanted to go over there, but you couldn't because you wasn't a rat.
right,
In the next 5-10 years, between the gentrification of them tearing shit down, building it up, and it's not affordable for people, and the change of the so-called gangster and the dope fiend and the rat. This street, Troy Ave, the streets is a myth. It's over with.
Right. Right. Now you're right. So listen, you, Luce Cannon, and 600, y'all dubbed yourself the Exposures.
It
Right.
exposes. Yeah.
How did that come about? And can the beef with you and Big U be squashed? You know, we seen what happened with all the rappers. We would like we want some positivity out there, man. Like, can it be?
Um, believe it or not, the exposures came about because I was tired of these dudes hide behind. If you ain't gonna kill the snitch, you can't expose the snitch. Nah, time to rewrite the rules. Y'all hide behind that shit. You telling a motherfucker that if he know you telling, he can't tell the people and warn the people because he ain't ready to kill you and take a chance. Nah. See, let me ask you something. What if you dealing with a nigga named E-Dog? And E-Dog from Sacramento. And you on Clubhouse comes up, Wack 100 exposes E-Dog from Sacramento, puts up paperwork, known informant. Did I just look out for you? Would you appreciate me? You would say, damn, I was just gonna do some business with this nigga, right?
Right. Right.
So my whole thing is, we don't want to kill you. We don't want the people to stop listening to your music. We don't want none of that. If a nigga choose to do that, cool. But we're going to let the people know, because you might be influencing the youth playing gangster, playing this and playing that, but you really ain't that. Or you may be doing business with one of the brothers over there that's really doing good business, but now, nigga, as soon as you get caught, you going to line him up. So what we doing, we're just going to expose you. And whatever the people want to do with it, they do with it. When it come to Big U, I was a brother to the brother. We all was. We helped him. He honestly, all he brought to the table was his neighborhood. We all had a neighborhood, right? He never made us any money. We always turned him on to resources and things to do. Even Luce Cannon himself helped Big U make a lot of money, help him pay his bills and shit like that.
Right.
And when he did what he did and tried to go in my building and tried to cut my throat with my business partner, Alec Grumblack, I couldn't believe it. I mean, A to Z, bro, I didn't help this brother. Brother ain't never I didn't help him, his family, his kids, his financial, street shit, wars going on where niggas could come to where I'm at and be
Right.
out the way. You know what I'm saying? Turn him on to resources and plugs and connections. We did all that. So, you can't trust him. Once a snake bites you, you gotta extract the poison and get rid of it, get away from the snake. And I chose because I love his family. I know his wife and kids. I didn't put my life on the line for his kids, literally protecting his children, keeping them out of prison and helping them through their trials and tribulations. So I think we both, in a sense, we stand our own space. Humiliation and exposure is on his side because of what we had found out and exposed about him. Things happen for a reason. I didn't know these things, the things that he was doing, and for a week when I got that contract. Because reading his contract and understanding some of the things and conversations we have and some of the things we indulged in, I'm like, damn, you was that close. So it's like, do I think um, one day we gonna come across each other? We already did one time. It almost went bad. He
Right.
understands me like I understand him. We didn't deal with each other for 17, 18 years because either one of us thought either one was a coward or a punk. We both understand each other's capabilities. Um,
Hey, Wack, let me say something to the. I want to say something to the comments real quick because they on that. I'm gonna tell y'all something. For one, I pay Wack for the interview. Wack pulled up the real nigga. So all y'all niggas in the comments saying I paid Wack, I did not pay Wack. He pulled up like
to
a real.
date, only person ever paid me for an interview is Vlad. To date,
Mm,
I've
right,
never charged any other brothers on their platforms, building their platforms. I never
right,
charged them to post shit on my Instagram. I've given away resources that it took me 15, 20 years to build to help people.
Right.
I've never done that. So,
Yeah.
Luce cannon tell
Yeah.
me,
We're gonna stay focused. So listen, man, how's Blueface doing? Uh,
he doing good. He called me. He said some shit that broke my heart. He said, man, I'm glad to be in prison. And I understood it because he been in LA County on a high power keep away for
right.
fucking 8, 9 months, where he can only take 7 steps. Now he in a penitentiary where he can walk around the yard, and it been 9 months since the nigga could just walk more than 7 steps without being handcuffed, right? And he get it. He told me, Unc, I get it now. Cause everything I was doing, I didn't want this life for him at all. Like, I beat a lot of cases, bro, like 5, 6 of them. Blueface should have been doing 15, 20 years a long
Yeah,
time ago.
that's
I
true.
spent a lot of money beating a lot of cases. And nephew, he got a calling because even now he got opportunity. Be home May, June.
Right.
He has an opportunity even now. You know what I mean? And hopefully this slows him down so he can focus. We lost a lot of money, 10, $15 million just throughout the
Yeah. I was
last 2
gonna ask
years.
you, now, do you check on Jada and the kids and Krishan Rock and the kids? You
I
check on.
check on Jade all the
Okay.
time. I call her once a week. Bodine, little baby Bodine is really the point man for that. That's his G homie from his neighborhood. So I tap in with him. I check on Jaden and the kids. I don't really deal with Krishan because I
Okay.
really don't know what that is.
Right.
It's a blood test administered, and her psyche and how she does shit is a little different. Jaden is a mom. She's cool. You don't deal with all that extra shit.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I just wanted
You
to
know what
know.
I'm saying?
All
Yeah.
right. So Wack, listen. This is gonna be the question today right here. The Diddy case. Before you answer, you've been in prison. You've seen the evidence that they got against Diddy. Can he walk away from this? Because to me, some of the charges look a little Trump. I feel like if he got a good lawyer, his team is go in there, they can fight through some of the bullshit.
Do you understand the Mann Act of white slavery of 1910? If you don't
Repeat that.
understand that, then you're going to think what you're thinking. The Mann Act, USC, thinking like 1518, Federal Penal Code, white slavery,
Okay.
um, the Mann Act. It was created in 1910. Diddy got to a point to where he was bigger than the program. It was his program. First, let's start off with rule number 1. The distribution of drugs is always illegal unless you run a pharmacy.
Right.
So when you're at a party and you're distributing drugs amongst the people, you got a violation. Now, these said people that take these drugs, right? As if, I know you heard this story in your neighborhood, a drunk woman who's not in control of herself, right? You take a drunk woman from a club, take her home, pound her out, she wake up and scream rape, what's gonna happen to you? They're gonna
Yeah.
book you,
Yeah. You
right?
fin. Right.
So you take this party where you distributed drugs, people that wanted to do the drugs, it's a party, take the drugs, and now they end up wherever, and there's sex acts going on. And these people probably wanted to engage in these acts. And this is why they took the drugs, right? But here goes the thing. The people that's taking the drugs and the people that's engaged in the acts ain't the one in violation. It's the motherfucker who location it is, who's providing the drugs, and who's filming the acts, right? Now the Mann Act of white slavery says, and this is a crazy thing,
Right.
everybody listen to this shit. If you provide transportation and transport for a female with the sole intention of having sex, that is sex trafficking.
Wow.
This is the law. Fuck what we say it should be. This is what's written. We haven't voted to overturn this law. This is what's written. Now, the dangerous part, Diddy dead bang there. The nigga got 3,000 terabytes of the parties. He got all the victims saying, yeah, they flew me in. I came in on the jet. No, I don't live here. All this shit. Now,
you never been to a Diddy party?
backyard only. A lot of us at about 12:30 to about 1:45, we out.
Right.
Then the rest of them go in the house, and you still cool. About 2:30, that shit change again, and niggas is disappearing. I've never been in a house, backyard only. We go meet the execs, holler, exchange numbers, we out. That's why you'll hear a lot of niggas that say backyard only.
Right.
Now, the ones that went in the house, right, it's still cool, but after about that 2:30, 3 o'clock, that shit turned into something else for a couple days.
Yeah.
You know, that's just, and guess what, bro? To each his own. Nobody gave a fuck about Hugh Hefner doing it. You know what I'm saying? At the Playboy Mansion, in the lane of entertainment and sports, these parties always existed. But us as black people need to understand the law because they're more prone to use it on us than them.
That's true.
And it's the law. Oh, why they did? I hear this dude, what's this nigga, Dr. Umar, right? Why you didn't? Why you didn't? Why you didn't? Them. It don't matter. Yes, they could have booked them, but they chose not to. The law is the law. Baby oil is just there to humiliate the man. They released the video on Cassie not to charge him. They released that because his jury was somewhere in the world. They tainted the juror's mind. They've already seen the beat. Now, you know, Cassie's gonna come up there as a character witness.
Right.
The other charges that I haven't seen, drug trafficking, is coming. The white boy they arrested getting on a plane with the dope, backpack of dope. They let him go in 2-3 days. He got federal probation. Okay, once they establish how many times you get on this plane with the dope.
Right.
Did you ever provide this individual to go take dope over here on this plane? That's trafficking. Then you got the guns that's found with the shaved serial numbers. So we got another 20 years in there that ain't even been added.
Right.
Now, do I think Diddy gonna kill himself? No. He too cocky, he feel he can beat it. If not, he feel he can come back on appeal. And even after appeal, he feel like because it's federal, he may got the politics and political connects to get a pardon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is psyche. We got about, Diddy gonna be fighting this till like 2027. They ain't gonna let him go.
If you had to sum it up, and we're gonna move on, how many years you think you're gonna get?
They're gonna try to give him 25, 30. If they offer Diddy 15, I tell him to take it with a smile right now. Don't even play with it.
Right.
He ain't gonna do it because he's never done a day in jail.
Right.
It doesn't register like, nigga, you got a life top. You got a bottom of 15 and a top of life, and they can give you anything in between. So if they give you the bottom, don't play with it.
Right.
You know, and it's sad our moguls, Bill Cosby, Suge took himself out the game. Diddy now. R. Kelly, L.A. Reid, Russell Simmons. These dudes got caught up in the, you know, they not fucked up, but they're out of the building. They can't open the door for us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's unfortunate, and we got to learn from it. Like Ray J said, let's not laugh at it. Let's learn from it. Do I think Diddy was forcing people to do nothing? No. Do I think Diddy might have got a little aggressive with a significant other time to time? Absolutely, we seen that. Do I think Diddy's a cocky individual? Do I think, nigga, whatever his sexual thing is his sexual thing. You know what I'm saying? But the way he did it, the group of people, him recording everything and everything is there. I mean, what's your defense on you?
Right. I mean, he kind of, we might as well dub him the Black Epstein right now.
Before I go there, didn't Epstein have some involvement with minors?
That's true, but I mean,
if we gonna do that, I'm gonna say minus to minus.
I ain't gonna put that on his jacket.
Yeah, I'm gonna say minus to minus. I'm with you with that, but I will say minus to minus. Yeah, real shit. And that lets you know we just can't do what we want to do because we're in position to do it. We just can't. Can't.
All right, so let me ask you this, man. How often are you in contact with the game? That's one part, right? And the Game, I know he's gearing up to drop a new album. Do you think the Game's music in a world of drill and soft rap and everything got to be so melodic? Do you think Game music can stand the test of time today?
Well, all the Game's music is gonna always be a classic and stand the test of time. You never listen to a Game album where every song is the same. He's versatile. He gonna switch it up. His production, selection of production is crazy. Game has his own. He's a catalog artist at
Right.
this point. You know, he got so many albums in. Game could do a 2-hour set if that's what he needed to do. I speak the Game probably once a week. We might text 2-3 times a week. Right now, we're gearing up a tour. Tour I just inked
Okay.
before I came on here, nigga. Literally starts in March. Um, the 20th anniversary starts in March. Overseas Europe. I believe we got Australia in January.
Right.
And Game's in the lab. He's in the lab working on his album. I don't really go fuck with him until he's like 60 songs in.
Right.
He's gonna record 150 to 200 songs an album because it'll keep changing. You know, my job is the business part of it, that aspect of it. But that's my brother, you know what I mean?
Right.
Outside of music.
Right.
Kill music, that's my brother. Anything I'm ever doing, he'll always have a part of that.
Right.
And vice versa. You know, that's my brother, you know what I mean? So
No, that's
we get mad at each other, we get into it. But our getting mad and get into it, you'll never catch us saying, oh, he did this, oh, he did that. We deal with our shit. Usually we go to our own sides and shit. We a month or two, we figure it out, we get back to it. You know what I mean?
okay. Let's talk about how you inserted yourself in the Keefe-D situation. Like I
Mhm.
felt like I watched you in the courtroom. They had your video on there. You was talking, trying to advocate for him, right? But did you feel like that kind of like putting those people in your business kind of shed light on what you got going on?
No, because I didn't put them in my business is the reason why they was mad.
Right.
Right? So, you know, business is business with me. I don't give a fuck. I know this Keefe-D ain't killed nobody. We know that. We know who killed who. We know who killed everybody. Everybody that killed everybody is dead. On some real shit. Nobody's alive that killed nobody. Period.
Right.
Right? So at that point, it was business with me. The attorney what fucked it up was the attorney an hour before it says, you can't tell him you're doing business with him. I'm like, what do you mean? Like,
Right.
he's not convicted. Son of Sam Law said convicted criminal can't conduct any business. He's not convicted, he's accused. So I'm dancing around that for his bozo ass attorney, the black dude, right? And that's why you start seeing me like, listen, man, I'm not on trial. I'm gonna get his bail took 112,500. I'm gonna give you an account that has that. That's the bail bondsman. I gave him a property on the East Coast that had 800,000 of equity in it,
Right.
right? And I gave you the 15% of the 750.
Right.
Mr. Jones, where the wires coming from? I don't gotta tell you where the wires coming from. You know why? Because it has a Federal Reserve fucking number tied to the fucking wire.
Right.
You gonna see where the wire's coming from, right? Well, do you have any other accounts? I got 7 accounts. Why would I give you an account with 10 million, 15 million, and 8 million, and 3 million, or a million in it? When the only thing I need to account, they got 150,000 because all you need is 112.
Right.
I'm only gonna give you what you need to see. And
Right.
you're not gonna force me to give you anything else, because see, then I'm putting them in my business.
Right.
And what I really gave them, I got a bill account. So all the money comes here. You heard it say, well, the
Yeah.
money comes in and it goes out. So I
But what
got
I'm
an
saying,
account. I got an
saying
account.
is it's a murder trial. So
I
you
don't give a
already
fuck
doing
about that.
good.
That ain't nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I'm just saying it
I was
just
in the penitentiary when that nigga got killed. I don't
right.
give a fuck about. They know who killed that nigga.
Right.
They
Right.
know the nigga that killed that nigga is dead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about. It's nothing about that. Wack was, what was that, 96? I was in the hole, nigga.
Right.
I was in the solitary confinement. I can care less how much you look into me. Cass Jones, J49170, was in the penitentiary. You can look into me all you want. I don't give a fuck. I had nothing to do with it.
Right.
So, I don't do nothing illegal to generate income.
Right.
So,
Now,
look it to me. I don't care.
yeah, I just wanted to know what was your stake in it. Why was you trying to advocate to get him out?
Business.
Okay, business.
Why did 50 Cent go do BMF?
I mean, I think he did it after the case was already a slam dunk. Everybody got their time.
But guess what? He couldn't do it with Meech. He had to do it with the brawl. And it
Right.
caused a lot of headache.
Right.
I did mine direct with him.
Right.
You know
All
what
right.
I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel like when you seen the clip of Vlad? You see Vlad gets a lot of slack for, him being the police, but to see your interview played in court, did it take you back for a second? Like,
Nah, because everything I talked about with you, I don't talk about nothing I can't talk about in front of the motherfucking superior, the Supreme
right,
Court. I don't give a fuck what you bring up. It was the truth. But you had a dumbass attorney in there, and after the first hearing, I had my attorney contact his. He's like, yo, what the fuck are you dancing around it? If you want to tell them they doing business, he has the right to do business. He's not convicted. This is
right,
why you saw him come around say, yo, yeah, they doing business. He's not convicted. He has a right to do business. Dude, like, I'm telling dude, like, what you mean? Like, look, man, just shy away from that. For what? They asked me, I'm gonna tell them. I got a motherfucking contract to do a television series. So what? Here you go.
right,
If that nigga want to sell me his liver, do a thing right now, I'm signing over my lung to Cass Jones for $75,000. At the time of my death, incarcerated, I'm to be transported in the lung to be put on ice and he can do that.
wow,
Now, when you convicted, you can't. That's why
right,
they on Tory ass.
right,
Once you convicted, son of Sam, you can't do no business. When you look at the Monster Cody book, that was done when he was in prison. It usually says USA, Canada, far as distribution. If you look on the back of it, it says Canada, USA. They ran the distro through Canada and then let Canada do a deal with the US to avoid the Son of Sam shit.
right. All right, so listen, we're gonna switch gears, man. Tell you a couple years ago you started your own podcast with one of your homeboys, but then you made the transition to start the Adam and Wack show. Why was it? Why did you make that transition to go to No Jumper and start a show with?
Well, I never wanted to do podcasts. They came to me and asked me could they set a room up. I spent 40, 50,000 setting the room up for them. I said, look, I get the niggas in there and I come sit with you when you need, but it's on you. Niggas didn't, they wanted me to do it for them. That ain't what I do.
Right,
I'm good at some spontaneous shit I'm doing, but me just reporting, sit there and talk, I can't do it. It ain't gonna happen. So, the room sat there, you know what I mean? So Adam called me when he lost all his people. And I wasn't gonna do it,
right,
but this is like,
okay,
who else is gonna be sitting in that seat to open the door for when people need to come in? We
right,
ain't had nobody in the building. So that's why I did that.
okay.
Yeah, that's why I did that.
I wanted to ask you about Rich Homie Quan. He passed away, right? And a lot of people was giving people slack about Rich Homie because people was posting his music when he died. How do you feel about the fans when they post rappers when they die? Do you feel
I
like?
talked about this with Nipsey.
Go ahead.
I said, yo, you radio niggas, you fake ass fans, you wasn't a fan, you bandwagon, you posting it to get a look, a like, or some attention. Because if you was doing that, it would reflect that prior to.
Right,
I looked up and I heard DJs doing the Nipsey hour, and these niggas wouldn't even put none of his songs in rotation when he was alive.
right,
And the nigga had 3, 4 songs that was hits.
right.
You know what I'm saying? As soon as he died, the Nipsey hour. How the fuck you got 60 minutes of music when you couldn't get a nigga 2 when he was alive?
That's crazy. Yeah, I watched your interview with Cam Capone. I'm gonna go on record and say I agree with you when you said and I say this respectfully to Nipsey's family, when you made the statement that Nipsey wasn't a legend, I agree, because one album can't make you a legend.
King.
It can't.
Then what
Now,
do we call the rest of these niggas?
all the things that happened after he died makes him legendary.
All
But
day.
at
And,
the
and
time
look,
of at the
once
time
I
of
looked
death,
and
go ahead.
seen the numbers,
Yeah,
when
you
I
spoke
looked,
on
yeah, I said, yo, Nipsey numbers is up down there 5,000% on merch, music, boom, boom, boom. I'm
right,
at this point in time, I'm going to acknowledge him as that. But at the time, he had one album that did 50,000 units, one album in 7 years. And we called him that. What we call the rest of these niggas? We got to
right,
change the name.
right. Now I agree with you. I mean, I seen Cam was trying to shoot Nip some bell, and rest in peace, Nipsey. But the same thing with Biggie. I'm from the East Coast.
When
Biggie
the
had
time
two
he
albums.
died,
Biggie had two albums. They was
he
classic.
was dead before the second one dropped.
That's what I mean. So you can't say legend. Somebody that's legendary would be a LL Cool J.
Pac at his age,
Yeah.
7 movies.
Right.
Nigga that went
Right.
10 million platinum,
Right.
double CDs. We
Right.
could give him that. But nigga,
Right.
Biggie became that, right? And Nipsey still hasn't dropped his movie or doc or whatever it is. They got like, I know at least 80 songs unreleased over there. They haven't dropped those. So we
Right.
still got some things that can add to his shit. And at the time it wasn't. But it's been 5 years. When I went back and looked, it was a total story with the numbers and the things that happened with him. And I went back on social media and said, yo, his numbers is up, this. At this time, I personally see him as that. And again, I was just talking music.
Right.
What he did as a man in his neighborhood, that ain't for me to speak on. I'm not from over there.
Right. Now
You know
let
what I'm
me
saying?
ask you this though. I know you spoke on Brick Baby hanging out with Woody, and you said that you didn't agree with it, whatever the case may be.
No, I
But
said I didn't respect it because he didn't
yeah,
sit down with him.
right.
If he
But
would have sat down with Woody,
right,
and asked Woody this shit. See, I sat down with 6ix9ine because everybody that was questioning wasn't from the streets, and he was spinning them.
right,
It wasn't until I sat down with him before I got him to say, "Oh, you might be right." So the fact that you went and hung with the nigga over here in the side off camera, nigga, you should have been where Remo was at, questioning him. But then you
right,
telling me was because of the respect of Thug. Well, nigga, you hanging with him.
right.
Thug
But I'm
would have
saying people,
respected you asking questions
right,
like, yo, nigga, why you do this? Why you do that? Because Adam and Remo don't come from the streets. Brick, you do.
right,
But was you nigga the questions because you wasn't on the West Coast in your backyard and niggas
right.
might react? I
So
don't
so
know.
so the people are basically saying that they feel like you can't chastise him if you hung out with 6ix9ine. So what do you say to?
I questioned 6ix9ine.
Right,
I sat down with him. I went, pulled up on him, sat down with him on camera. Brick went, pulled up on him. Hey, yeah, bro, bro. Yo, come sit down. Nah, nigga, you
right,
do podcasting, nigga. If
right,
Brick would have sat down with him, I'd have respected it. The fact that you pity patting with it and you acting like I am, but I ain't, I
right,
can't respect it. Even now, Woody ain't respecting it. I guess he done went back talking crazy about Woody. Woody said, nigga, you didn't say none of that in my face.
right,
I told shit in 6ix9ine, Hassan Campbell, and any other nigga in their face. You know what I'm saying? Snoopy Badass, use a rat. You watch me? Use a rat. You told. It say right here, PIRU, you told. You need to stop gang banging. Be a father. I'm in his face.
right. Yeah, I seen that interview. I seen that
You know
interview.
what I'm saying? So my thing is,
Right,
it ain't about, I don't give a fuck who a nigga interview, but Brick, don't go put the whole play together and then don't sit down with him because you don't want the people to see you sitting down with him. Nigga, you with the nigga.
right,
And we would have respected you questioning the nigga because you from the streets.
right,
We want you to ask him those authentic, real, hey, look, nigga, you know, boom, boom, boom. Why you know this is still this? Why? Ask this nigga that.
right,
Don't play cool and then get back to LA and say some slick shit about him.
Right. Nah, I
Because
agree.
they Woody tripping right now, like, nigga, when you was here, you didn't say none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it ain't about him. You know me, when it come to business, I don't give a fuck what a nigga do. You can go interview a rat, a homosexual. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck who you interview. It's business.
So,
But niggas, you playing this 50, bro.
now a lot of dramas going on at No Jumper. You got different, people that don't get along with each other. When Wack goes up to No Jumper to do your segments, do you have to move around with security? Like, what's going on? Because
My security is what it's
or is
always
all
been.
of this content?
My security is always what it been. It's 120 years of penitentiary with me, bro. My
Okay.
niggas don't talk. They work off energy and they
Right.
work off signal.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what they do at No Jumper all day. Everybody know what time I come on Thursday. For some odd reason, when I get there, everybody gone. Usually,
Yeah, I always wanted to know that because y'all be going at each other, but y'all work in the same building. So I never understood, like what the fuck is going on? Is that just content? Is it real? Like, because y'all don't never really seem to run into each other. You froze. You got to go out and come back in. What? The live we already on over an hour. Hey, yo, I'm not asking none of them questions y'all put in the chat. Y'all niggas is petty as hell in this chat, bro. Go ahead, man. If you ain't fucking with it, get off the live, bro. I don't know where. I think. Hey, yo, that was Wack 100. We did the live. We asked the questions. Thanks for everybody watching. You better not lie. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't worry about the haters because guess what? Y'all ain't doing what I'm doing. Y'all on the couch. And some of y'all niggas that's hating in the comments, y'all ain't even got no face. Put a face on it. If you gonna hate, put a face on it so I can see you, you can see me. I'm gone.